They call themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Star-Lord.
Who?
Well, Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Forget it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked. Hope you're ready. It'll be here any minute.
I'm done running. After all these years, I've found you.
And who the hell are you?
Mega Mike the Movie Man here to welcome you all to my channel. We are here for an amazing pregame tonight. We are getting pumped for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I hope everybody grabbed their drinks. We're going to pregame. We're going to have a fun time discussing Guardians of the Galaxy. We have 10 questions to go through tonight, but I am not joined here alone. I have an amazing panel of big Guardians fans. So let's get everybody out here. Let's go ahead and bring in Mary Poppins, y'all. How we doing out there, Ben Buster?
Yo, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Is he cool? Yes, he is. That's right.
I know, one of the best lines out of any movie ever, especially a comic book movie.
I laughed
so
hysterically. My wife and I were watching that just the other night, and it was one of those things that scene came on, and she's like, I can't believe she couldn't remember that he said that. He's like, oh, Mary Poppins, he's cool, right? Yeah, he's cool. My wife just busts out laughing. So
yeah, funny.
So what I plan on seeing it Sunday. I'm going, the entire family wants to see it, so all 6 of us are going. And
you're gonna get them that box office then.
my mom, my dad, my wife, my brother, his fiance, and myself. So
wow.
are all going. We're taking in the last matinee of the night, so at like 5:10. So it's not gonna be a big screen or anything. It's just gonna be a regular movie screen. But because I want to see it on IMAX, but the nearest IMAX is like 45 minutes away, so it's the drive is not worth it. So
yeah, I'm totally driving for mine. So yeah, my IMAX is about 45 minutes away as well, but it's filmed in IMAX cameras, so I couldn't resist. I'm like, ooh, do I make the drive? Do I not? Okay, if it's filmed in IMAX cameras for this one, a Marvel movie, I'll make the drive. Hopefully it's worth it.
Yeah, my first screen, the first screen in our theater here is like a bigger screen, so yeah, it takes the IMAX but doesn't really, it's the next step down from the IMAX. So
that's still pretty good then. Yeah, my local theaters are all like, the light bulbs are out, it's very dim, the speakers are crackling, it's yeah, not the best. All right, let's go ahead and bring in, we got I Am Huck here. How we doing, Huck?
I am Huck. I am Huck. I am Huck. Come on, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
I took Huck in school, so
you took Huck in,
yeah. There we
go.
Man,
I am ready to go. Got my Marvel shirt on. I'm caught up on all my Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right, so Huck, when do you plan on seeing Guardians 3, and what type of screen?
Well, we're definitely going this weekend. It's funny because my daughter has to go to 2 plays. And I thought, well, I'll just go while they're doing that. But now, like Ben, like you, they want to go too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we may go as early as Saturday, and hopefully I can talk them into the IMAX screen. That's what I want to see it on.
Yes.
So if I have to go a second time, I will. Does our Regal card get us the IMAX screen, or do we have to pay the extra couple bucks?
You have to pay the surcharge, but it's totally worth it. I mean, depending on your theater, like mine, it's what, like $8 more, something like that. I'm like, $8 for an IMAX ticket. I will take that all day.
Let's go. Nice.
Yeah, it's like paying for a regular ticket at that point.
Oh yeah.
All right, and then let's go ahead and bring in Last American Girl. How we doing out there?
Good. How's everyone? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Doing good.
I don't have a shirt or anything going on, but I do have one of my pieces of favorite movie merch, and it's the Awesome Mix Volume 1 in cassette.
Let me zoom in on that. We got a good close up right there.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
And it plays and everything, and it's honestly one of my favorite soundtracks.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mhm.
How
As far
have
as
you played it before then with that
Uh-huh.
cassette?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice.
one of my favorites to play. I have like maybe 5 or 6 cassettes,
Oh,
but
wow.
that's top cassette.
That is a fantastic soundtrack. Both of those are
Mhm.
absolutely two of my favorite soundtracks ever. I cannot wait. Like after I go see this, I'm going straight to the store and buying like the third one. I can't wait. They're that good, you know?
They are.
All
And
right.
as far as what screen I'm trying to see it in, that's exciting that it was filmed in IMAX. I wasn't completely aware of that, but I think I'm just gonna watch it in the regular and see how it goes. If I like it enough to go see it again, I'll probably do the IMAX. But for now, just a regular showing.
Yeah, I definitely am gonna see this one at least twice in theaters, just because there's like not many movies coming out in May, so I gotta see something. So at least 2 times for me. But let's check into the chat here. Let's see who is here. If my comments want to load.
It's always good.
Well, when the comments come back, that's when I'll see who's in the chat. But for now, we will roll on.
Ben,
All right.
you know what I always love about Ben is you look like as
Yeah.
soon as we're done, you're just ready to go to sleep. you're
Yeah.
like laying back. It looks like a giant beanbag or something. Just
It's actually my recliner, so
oh man, you are well
Yeah,
reclined.
yes. Mhm.
I know. Looking comfy over there. Definitely.
Why not? I mean, why not be comfortable when you do stuff like this? So
Hey, that's the point of the pregame, to relax, take a load off,
Exactly.
drink a little bit, you know.
Got the chill. Wish I had a Guardians glass. I got a Spider-Man though.
That's better than me. I just got Snapple bottle, so
Everyone's taking a swig at the same time. Go!
chug
All
it,
right.
chug
3,
it,
2, 1,
chug
go,
it.
go.
I know, Ben. You had like a gallon over there of what? Iced tea?
Water.
Oh, okay.
It's water.
All right. So our question here, second question: what is your favorite Guardian character and why? Last American Girl. Let's start with you. Favorite Guardian.
The favorite Guardian, it doesn't come in until Volume 2, and it's Mantis.
Oh yeah, great
And
choice.
I just love her. How naive she is to certain things, but she's still this really powerful being, and she's I'm such a fan of characters that are effortlessly funny, and I think that very much encompasses who Mantis is.
Oh yeah, definitely. And she has a lot of awesome moments too. I'm sure you really appreciated the holiday special then, because that was like her
Oh yeah.
segment, her movie, pretty
Mhm.
much. Her
Yeah.
and Jack. So. Oh, and she had a big part in Infinity War too. We can't forget
Uh-huh.
that. I
Yeah.
mean, she had
And
Thanos
I
under
think
lock right there. If Star-Lord didn't mess it up.
the Avengers movies where she's in her scenes are some of my favorites.
Mhm.
Because again, she's such a cool character.
Oh yeah, she's so good. And I'm pretty sure she'll have a big part in this movie as well, because I think she's an official Guardian now. At least that's what it seems like. So, all right, favorite Guardian, Huck. Who's your
That's tough.
favorite?
I love that you picked Mantis though, because she really charmed. Her and Drax should have like a buddy cop show, like right on
Yeah.
Disney Plus. They should have their
Wasn't
own
that the holiday special?
That's
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
what I call it.
You said a buddy cop show. I go, wasn't that the holiday special?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Is
Yeah.
We
because
need
they were
more
so good.
episodes. We
Oh,
need
more
like
episodes,
8
okay.
episodes.
Yeah,
The
well,
whole
like I want to see
season.
Yeah.
more of that. Like of
Yeah.
all the things they have that they keep dropping that are just missing the mark, I think
Uh-huh.
that one would be so much fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, like trying to come down with like a favorite was tough because I like so many things about so many characters, especially after watching it all back to back. Like in 2 days, I watched them both. But I'm still gonna stick with Star-Lord on this one. There's just something inherently wonderful about what Chris Pratt does with this character. and it's tough. I mean, this was a tough role for him to accept and play. Like I was watching, I've also been binging all these interviews and stuff, and he would say he was not on the top 25 list. He was not their first pick, and he had to kind of earn it, and then he wasn't even sure how to play it, and so he would get with James Gunn. He's like, what do you see? And then you really see he just dials it in so well from the moment where he comes on, he clicks his stuff on, and he's kicking the animals and he's singing into the face of the animal. I'm like that opening scene of his established his character so quickly that I was just like, okay, who is this dude? And then he just keeps playing it so well. Even like in the Avengers, when he's like, okay, that's a good plan, but it sucks. So let's go with my plan. And he's so sure of that. Like it's that cocksureness of him that just his confidence is bigger than his accomplishments. So yeah, I just and also too with the humor. I love his humor and his sort of connection to the team and bringing everybody together. I love the dynamic with him and Gamora. I think it's a super charming. Yeah. We'll get into this. I'll save what I'm hoping with those two, but I love that. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Star-Lord. I bounced around between like another one, but I'm gonna land on Star-Lord. Who?
Oh, great choice though.
Star-Lord, man, come on.
Legendary outlaw.
Legendary.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, that role definitely made him a A-lister, right? Wasn't that his first major role?
Yeah, I mean, he was just basically coming off of that sitcom,
Parks and
Parks and Rec. Yeah, everybody tells me at the same time. And
great show.
But that's the thing is the casting agent. That was another story I think we've all heard is no one thought of him, and she said, "You need to see this guy." And they're like, "The guy from Parks and Rec." She goes, "You need to see this guy." And like that's the confidence of a casting director being so sure about someone's ability and timing and personality and all the things that need to be in Star-Lord. That is a hard role to cast. And that's the beauty, I think, of what Marvel's done is they've done just an amazing job of casting perfect people in every role. Incredible. And I think without nailing, because you could have gotten any sort of leading actor to be in the role and it would have lost something. But having sort of that smarmy Chris Pratt goodness in there just elevates it. So
I know. Now he's in everything. Now he's even Mario. So
Lego, Mario, Jurassic World. It's incredible.
All right, Ben Buster, your go-to Guardian.
I gotta go with the Trash Panda himself.
Yeah,
Rocket Raccoon.
That was
it's just that first scene we see him in where they're in what is it? The Keelan prison, where he's telling them, "Oh, well, I need this, I need this, I need this," and then all of a sudden they get everything for him. Yeah, and he's like, "What? What's that? The leg you wanted? I was just seeing if you wanted to grab it. You're sick. Come on, dude.
I don't need a leg."
Exactly. Or even in when he told Bucky he was going to get his arm, and then Bucky snaps away, and he's kind of upset he has the arm right there. So it's like, But his scenes with Groot during that time at Endgame shows the growth of the character. He goes from just being this guy who's like, yeah, I want nothing to do with you guys except for Groot here. And then when they all snap away, you just see that growth in him. He's like, I'm all alone again.
Oh,
so
you're breaking my heart, man. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. He even motivates Thor, right? He's like, hey, I have something to lose. Like, we need to step up here. So, yeah, Rocket Raccoon's great. That totally was going to be my Guardian 2 I was going to talk about, but I'll go with the flip side. I'll go with his partner, Lil Groot over here. I mean, you can do so much with Groot, and they have really done pretty much everything you can think of. You got, like, regular adult Groot in the first one. Then you got the little baby Groot. Oh, little baby Groot. He's all eating little M&Ms when the plane's like crashing. Oh, such a funny moment. And then, of course, him dancing and all that stuff. Then you get like the teenage Groot with all that attitude. He's playing his Game Boy. And then now in this one, it's like a muscle out Groot. I don't know what. He's been hitting the gym or something. But he can pretty much do anything with Groot.
Well, it's probably Sly Stallone helping him bulk up, or Drax, helping him bulk up. Yeah.
And I mean, Vin Diesel does a great job with the voice because just with saying "I am Groot," how he says it in so many different ways to actually speak pretty much a different language, it's amazing. So you can still get so many expressions across just with those 3 words.
He stated that in the interviews that they said this is what the emotion is that we're trying to convey. Say I am Groot in that emotion. This is what's going on. Say it now. And he goes, it was probably the hardest thing I ever had to do because I had to sit there for a moment, think about the situation, think of how I would be in it, and then just say those 3 lines.
Oh yeah.
So
and he just has the best moments too. Groot, like in Volume 2, the opening scene.
Oh, dude,
the music going and
it's so good. And
So
it's funny
good.
rewatching these, like that opening, like here comes the big space thing, and it lands, and the radio attack, and then instantly just click, and the music kicks in, and then it's all just about watching Groot.
Yeah.
The action's all in the background. That was just a phenomenal acting or a directing choice by Gunn. That was so good. I love that.
All right, let's go ahead and check into these comments now. We got Adrian in the chat saying, hello there, Mega Mike. Hello. We got Movie Hunter 2020 saying, evening, everyone. Smash that like button. Yes, Rocket Raccoon, blast that subscribe and like, okay? Yes, and marvel us with some super chats tonight. All right, we got Sean here saying, hi, everyone. Got Movie Hunter saying hello, hello. Everybody saying hello. Craig saying hello to everybody. Everybody's saying hello. And Movie Hunter saying time changed from 9 to 11. I'll be back soon, everybody. Yes, sorry about that one. For some reason, when I set it up in StreamYard, I don't know. I put it to the time we normally do. And I'm like, wait, no, we're doing this one 2 hours later. So Ben Buster let me know, and I had to update it for you all. Let's see. Yes, Constant Sharing saying love Guardians. Got my mom in the chat saying hello to everyone. Ooh, Movie Hunter 2020 just purchased Regal Unlimited. This will be my first movie using my pass. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, those the Unlimited has changed my life forever. Like, if you're a moviegoer, you need the Unlimited passes. Oh, they're great. Sean saying hello, everyone. Hisham saying hello, everyone. Are you what? Hisham, why do you always say, are we bored of superhero movies? Obviously not, and we're pre-gaming here. Come on, Hisham.
Yeah, here we go again.
Yeah, Ben Buster falling asleep there.
We
We got Benny here, though. Benny's in the chat saying, hey, everyone. Yes. Hisham saying, speaking about Guardians of the Galaxy, when I was 20, I don't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy or all the character, but I saw the first trailer in 2014. Wow, this movie looked amazing. Yeah, it was a great trailer, actually. Yeah, I didn't know anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy before me seeing the movie either. I didn't read the comic books, none of that. Did you guys have much extensive knowledge on the Guardians before your first watch?
Nothing.
It was weird because the group that they portrayed as the Guardians wasn't the Guardians I knew in the comics. Because it was the Ravagers group that was led by Sly Stallone in the movie. In the second one, and Yondu was the group I knew from the comics.
Yeah, that's the book I read as well, Ben. Same one. Like, and it's weird because when I was picking up offshoot comics once in a while, that was a weird one. I'm like, what's this Guardians? And I wouldn't say I kept with it very long, like maybe like a year or something like. So I had a little tiny stack because I was, when you're tight on money, you go for the ones you like the most. But yeah, that's why when I saw, don't want to jump too far ahead, but when Stallone shows up in the second one, that's why I was like, oh man, I want to see them more.
All right, we got Jerry saying what's up. We got a Dimension Scott saying, hey guys, I got my ticket ready for Saturday. Yes.
All right.
Benny saying great soundtrack. Absolutely. Adrian said, I used to record my favorite music songs on a blank tape.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
Yep.
From the radio too, so you have to wait for the announcer to stop talking and then go hit record. Hit stop. Yeah.
Sean saying, okay, getting ready to pass out. How about you? Sean, you got to stay awake here. That's why you had to bring your drink with some caffeine here.
Come on, buddy.
Wake up, Sean. Wake up.
Splash water on your face. You can do it.
Yes. Benny saying my favorites are Star-Lord and Kraglin. Yes.
What?
Oh,
No
who's
taser face?
Kraglin again?
Taser face.
Yes.
Taser face.
That part's so funny. I can't stop laughing at him.
It was so good. Tell them taser face was who brought them to their demise.
We got Bob saying, "Hook it
Hook
up,
it up.
the Buster."
Mhm.
Everybody saying hi to Bob. Adrian saying, "Love Rocket the raccoon." Yes,
I'm not a raccoon.
Great. Trash Panda. Is that better? It's so much worse.
It is. It is.
Ooh, Constant Shane saying going on my birthday. Well, happy early
Nice.
birthday. That's gonna be a great birthday. Seeing a nice movie. Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Let's see. Hashem saying Rocket Raccoon and Groot. Still my favorite. Yep, me too. Let's see. Constant Shane saying pizza and Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm guessing. Saturday for my birthday. Nice. Yep. Oh, pizza's delicious. Yummy chips. Yeah.
Mm.
Now you're getting me hungry, Constance. All right, the first one then got into it. We got Magic Hands there. What's up, everyone? Yeah, super magic.
For you, buddy.
All right, next question here. All right, what did we think of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1? Ben Buster, take this away.
I will. It's like I always say it to everyone. It changed the face of Marvel, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because up until that point, we didn't have anything like it before. The humor, just the soundtracks, everything like that was never seen in any of these Marvel movies before, because they're like, oh, we're trying to be real based here in the real world. Then all of a sudden, Guardians of the Galaxy comes out, and like Huck said in that opening sequence, you have them kicking animals, singing into their heads and everything. Yeah, and just him dancing around. So, I mean, it completely, like I said, it completely changed Marvel. Because after this, we get all the humor in Marvel. So, yeah.
And the humor has not stopped.
Nope.
We've got the lots
As
of
hard
lots
as they
of humor.
try.
All right, Huck, what did you think of that first Guardians?
Oh yeah, like so when that trailer came out, first of all, when they were using "Hooked on a Feeling," dun, 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 like I knew that song growing up, so I was like, "Oh man, this is a real throwback to the '80s." And I again barely knowing the Guardians because I did collect the comics, but I didn't recognize that particular team. I was very intrigued, you know, just as an editor, as a lover of trailers. I thought that had me. I was all in. And it's like, if this movie delivers what this trailer is showing me, this is going to be the best. It's still, in my opinion, one of the best Marvel movies they've done. Mm-hmm. And probably one of this, if this one turns out to be great, number 3, probably one of their strongest trilogies. And so, yeah. And when I saw it, especially watching them both again, just yesterday and today, they really hold up from the intros. And look, it starts with his mom having cancer. So at first you're kind of like, whoa, what are we watching? Like, this is heavy. And then, but right after that, it goes right into the logo, dun, 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 and then bam, it gets right into some humor right away with him. That's when he's kicking the animal and singing into the face. And I'm like, okay. So like they wanted you to like come out of that, you know, kind of funk a little bit and get right into it. And man, the characters are great. The actors are fantastic. And yeah, I hands down love that so much. I couldn't wait to get out and grab that soundtrack. And I played the heck out of that thing. I still do. It's so good.
All right. And Last American Girl, what did you think of that first one?
As we're all saying, it took a different Marvel in a different direction with their seriousness. At least when the first trailer started dropping, you knew that this was going to have some very edgy jokes to it. And it's like, okay, like this is like I usually go to the movies with my parents, but I mean, I was a little younger back then, and it's like, okay, this is one that I'm definitely feeling like going to with my friends. and having like a comedy movie with some action in it. Like it involves so many different genres and aspects that it just felt like it was undone. I always say that I prefer the humor that DC does because, again, for the same reason, Mantis, I like Mantis so much, is that she's so effortlessly funny. This movie, like the jokes are so well written into it, that it just feels it feels as close to any other like regular humor that I personally enjoy, the kind of the dry, funky humor.
Yeah, I was so impressed with this movie because it's a team-up movie, but we didn't have all these build-up movies to get to that point. With Avengers, we had those standalone movies. This, we're introduced to all these characters right away, but it does a good job giving us every character's motivation, their personality, their uniqueness, their power set. And they just mesh so well together. Their chemistry on set is perfect. How they play off each other, like you were saying, Huck, Gamora and Star-Lord just work perfectly together. You got Groot and Rocket Raccoon. Drax is hilarious in the movie too. We gotta show some love to Drax there. He is great.
You're so embarrassed.
He's so literal about everything. It's just so funny. And it's just a great movie because, like you all said, you have the humor with it, but you also get the action. And I love the ending too, with the dance off to save the galaxy. Oh my goodness, that is like the best moment of the movie. Oh, so good. And then they were able to give us an Infinity Stone in that movie, the Power Stone. Was that the first time we were introduced to an Infinity Stone? I feel like it was one of their, or we had Space Stone before that, right?
Didn't we have the Ether? Did we have the Ether and Thor first?
I try to forget about that movie. We did. I try to forget about that one. But yeah, we got the Collector again in this. We got Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck
shows up for a little bit.
And the dog. The dog has its
Cosmo.
First appearance. Just growling at Rocket.
And if you look in the Collector's quarters in there, you actually see the race of the species of Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, sweet.
Too.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that.
I haven't either. I've seen that thing 100 times. Mike, I love what you said though about the fact that it's a team, and you didn't. It did not take 5 movies to build that team up. Wow, that is so. I've never really thought about that, but that is a textbook movie of how you can come right out of the gate with a team movie and it be absolutely phenomenal. Yeah,
and the great thing is each of the characters on the team, they all have a shining moment. It's not like one is just in the background. They're all used perfectly together as a team. You don't get that often. So
yeah, and I'd say they all have many moments, which is great. Like more than one, which is incredible.
All right, let's take a look into this chat. Definitely getting a lot more comments here. We got Adrian saying happy birthday to Constance. We got Cinema Man saying, what's up, Huck and Mike? Late night stream here on the East Coast. Yes, we are pregame after dark tonight. Yes. Might get a little wild. We don't know.
I might have whiskey in this because we're after dark.
We're all tired.
I say this is water, but it might be vodka.
Yeah, my
vodka.
I'm feeling the Snapple right now. It's some powerful stuff in here.
Right on.
I might go get ice for this.
Right.
Hisham saying, what's your favorite plot twist in Guardians of the Galaxy? Good question. Was there a plot twist? I mean, the dance off is the dance.
There's little things like whenever he switches the orb on Yondu, and he's like, "Don't open that."
Oh
Don't
yeah.
open that.
Well,
and I love the moment too that Yondu smiles that he was like tricked. It opens up. It's got the troll in it, and that's what I love. And Yondu, let's shout him out for a second. He's like sort of one of the secondary characters that is absolutely incredible in these films.
Yeah.
Like, again, seeing them back to back, what he's doing, like now that you kind of know his full story, when you can watch part 1 again, knowing what he really is, it's a whole different perspective when you watch him. And Michael Rooker is just awesome in that role.
Yes,
He's
he's
got his little
perfect.
arrow. I mean, that thing's badass. Can't get one of those.
Yeah. Oh, you also have the twist that Groot comes back, right? Groot keeps coming back, so that's pretty cool. Get a
The
little
plot
baby
twist
Groot.
of how Peter was able to, what was it, take on the full force of the Power Stone.
Yeah,
was
you
like-
didn't see that coming. You're like, how's he holding that?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we find
How's-
out later in the next one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you still don't know how he could hold that.
Mhm.
At first, it looked like a My Little Pony moment. It's the power of friendship, and everyone's holding hands.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, is that how it's done? You just hold hands with your friends?
Or
That's
simply the plot twist of like his dad being a whole planet system going on.
Yeah.
All right, Spicy 4K Action saying, "What up, Mike, Huck, Ben, American Girl, and chat? Hello,
No.
Spicy." Constant saying thanks. Ben Grimm saying Guardians 1 is my favorite Marvel movie. It's definitely top 10 for me. I would have to think back to where I rank
can
it.
see that, though. I can see that, though. It has every ingredient of being a best film. Hands down. Yeah. It's good. So good. And you even get Glenn Close showing up. We get another pedigree actor in there. Glenn Close.
Mhm. John C. Riley is
John
in
C.
there.
Riley. That's what I was thinking
Oh.
of. Yep.
He has some funny moments in that movie. He's used perfectly too.
It's so good.
Benny saying Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 is my top 3 favorite Marvel movies. Woo! Top 3. We got somebody have it at first place. People love this movie. Craig saying any interaction with Thor. Are we saying for Guardians 3? Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that when we talk some Guardians 3. Cinema Man says, by the way, Huckster Logan is a James Mangold directed film as
Right.
well, because we were talking James Mangold movie last night. Off topic, but it's still Marvel. There you go.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned that last night, but yeah, definitely. I knew he was directed Logan. Yeah, we did a movie swap last night, and James Mangold directed Copland, and that was the movie I gave to him. So
let's see. Constance saying my friend did not like Guardians, so going alone.
oh man,
Man,
It's your birthday. Tell him to go anyway.
Yeah. At least for the
Yeah,
pizza,
my
right?
birthday
You said you're gonna have
present.
some pizza and
yeah. So your birthday present is you coming with me to the movie.
mhm.
AJ saying, bring back Howard the Duck. He needs to come back. Yes, a standalone Howard the Duck movie again. Yes, we need that.
I like what we're getting with him
Yeah,
for now.
yeah.
What?
even
Howard the Duck's a classic, everybody.
It's a classic something.
It is. It is. It is.
Yeah, when I first watched that movie, because I didn't see it till way later on in life, I was shocked. I'm like, what am I watching here? Oh my
Elsie!
goodness. You almost think it's like, oh, okay, is this supposed to be a kid movie? And then it gets to some scenes, you're like,
Yeah.
Yep.
like,
Yep.
what am I watching? This
Howard the Duck. Ooh.
Benny said there was also a dark elf from Thor: The Dark World
Yeah.
in the collector's room. See, I didn't pick up on that either.
Man, I need to go freeze frame that thing.
I know. Those
all
dark
kinds of
elves.
stuff.
Gosh, that Thor movie. I cannot get with that second Thor movie. Nope. Constant Cherry saying, have the movie Howard the Duck. Yes, gotta have it. Gotta have it on 4K. That's the only way to see Howard
Do
the
you
Duck
though?
in all his glory.
Do you though? Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. In 4K, you might actually see the puppeteer's hand in the costume. So
You see the actor's eyes through the
Yeah.
eyes of the duck blinking.
exactly.
Ben Grimm saying, I love that James Gunn went from making trauma movies to making
yeah.
Marvel. And now
Trauma, yeah.
James Gunn, his career has been nothing but outstanding. Like, just the story you hear of it. Right, Huck? I mean,
Oh, dude, have you guys seen Peacemaker?
oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God,
Eagle
American
Eagle.
Girl. Have you seen Peacemaker?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's so good. It's all the things you love that Gunn puts in stuff. It's the writing is great, the humor is great, and he oversaw the whole thing.
That's
Yeah.
the one with John Cena, right?
Yeah, and he's fantastic. Like
I'll add it to the
John Cena
list.
and John Cena's got good comedic chops.
He
Mhm.
does. He does.
You know, really good.
Oh yeah, for superhero shows, that is definitely at least top 3.
Dude, who
By
does
far.
not love the eagle
good.
landing in the introduction? And then it
Oh,
looks
the
down and
introduction.
realizes he missed his spot and takes 2 steps forward and then poses. Oh
It
my-
is the best introduction
Yeah.
for any show I've ever seen in my life. Last American Girl, have you at least seen
Look,
the
there's
intro
Eagle
for
Lee.
it?
No, I
That
have
is-
not. Oh, it's one of those.
Not
It's,
the intro. Okay, Last American Girl, your homework.
homework.
You gotta just watch the intro. I'm sure it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just the
Mhm.
intro.
Watch
It's
the
the
intro.
best
Really
thing
on
you'll
the
ever
list
see.
of things to watch because I really like John Cena in Suicide Squad, and
Yeah.
I like a lot of his. Again, it's that kind of humor that it's like that kind of ditzy humor that I really like. So
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, if the
It
intro
needs
makes
time to watch these things.
I know.
All right, let's see. We got Ben Grimm saying Kevin Smith was supposed to do a Howard the Duck show on Hulu, but it got canceled when Disney Plus came out.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Michael Hubbard says, "Hello, panel. Hope y'all
Hey,
are
Mike.
good."
What's going on, buddy?
Michael Brownie says, "Did you hear about who? I don't know what that is. Ed
Ed
Gale?
Gale?
Ed Gale.
I don't know who that is. Nope."
No.
I guess it's
Somebody man says Howard the Duck, laugh out loud. Leah Thompson from Back to the Future and his love I know the Duck getting with Leah Thompson. It's
some things just don't
She
feel right.
goes from liking her own son to ducks. Okay.
How's that
Oh,
for a
dude.
plot twist?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Extreme.
Spicy saying Peacemaker is so good, very underrated. Yeah, not many people talk about that one anymore. It was pretty hot when it came out, but yeah, it's good. I think we're gonna get another season. I hope we do.
Oh, Ed Gale was in the suit. You go to the next one.
Oh yeah.
I guess
Yeah. Ed Gale was in
Howard the Duck.
the Howard the Ducks. Oh, okay. All right, so let's get to our next question here. I know, Huck, you got a lot to say on this one with Yondu right here, so I'll let you start it off.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So after watching it again this morning, super fresh, it starts out with a banger right at the top. Like I said, little group plugging in the music and just dancing the whole time with the action in the background. It's super like it just Gunn knows how to frame things nicely and pick perfect music and just it puts you in the perfect mood to watch part 2, volume 2, if I'm being specific. And look, he finally gets to meet his dad, Ego, played by Kurt Russell, people. I mean, come on, legend, icon, Santa Claus as Ego. Couldn't have been a better choice. I was so thrilled to see Kurt. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. And he was great. He was great in the part. And there's your twist. You know, American Girl, we're talking about a little twist there. It's one thing just learning that he's the dad, and we're just assuming, by the way, if you're watching this, we're just going to talk, and you know, if it's spoiled, you should have seen them by now.
Oh yeah, by now you should have seen volume
So
2.
we're not going to tread lightly. So the one thing is learning he's the dad and that he's a space guy. The twist is learning he's an a-hole space guy who has different plans, and that he didn't just love the mom, and that he put the cancer in them. Oh my God, that's I can't I'm literally like kind of living this moment right now. When he says that, and Star-Lord, without a thought, pulls his guns out and just blows him away, says, "You killed my mom." I was I know full well I'm gonna have to be bringing tissues into the theater with me tomorrow, because if I was crying over volume 1 and 2, 3 is gonna wreck me, right? And so so moments like that, I'm just like, and that's why I loved Star-Lord is Pratt, because he is so sort of oofish and funny, but when it comes to the dramatic moments, he really locks it in. He does not lose the moment for a joke during the scenes that matter. And when those moments matter, he's right there. And that's what I love that he gives me when I'm watching these things. And so all that stuff, all the care we get a Nebula coming in and really having her role amped up in this. I'm really getting that sister dynamic in play, which is super fun to watch. I'll let some of you else talk about that if you want. And then, yeah, man, Yondu was like, laughs at him. What's so funny? You look like Mary Poppins. Is he cool? Yes, Mary Poppins is cool. Oh, Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah.
That is like that right there. Like, I was laughing, but I knew what was coming. So I was getting emotional because there's this beauty. You see, Gunn is just crafting everyone's last moment beautifully. Like you don't just get rid of Yondu, you get rid of him and you miss him. Because he was sort of this figure you didn't like so much in the first one. And now you really do not want him. Like, I'm still sad that he's gone. And when his buddy, James Gunn's brother, in that perfect role. I mean, he was like one of the last ones left. All the other ones were let out of the lock and killed. And so for him to have that moment, for us to share that loss, man, God, it was great. Yeah. And after watching it again now, it is not, I'm not one of those who says, it wasn't as good as the first one. It's as good as the first one, easily for me. As good. In fact, I also feel like there were more emotional beats in the second one than in the first one. With all the characters, including Mantis. Mantis gives us several, and then the sisters. So, yeah, man. I love Volume 2.
All right, over to a Last American Girl. What did you think of that Volume 2?
I personally will say that I like the first one a lot better. Probably because of many of the reasons that you're saying, that this had a lot more serious undertones, a lot more emotion to it, that kind of thing. And I was still kind of in the mindset of going to go see a refreshing comedy movie. The comedy is still fantastic, still 10 out of 10. But it was quite contrasted in a difference to the first one. As you said, like no one does someone's death better than Gunn, and that's definitely something too. As much as one dreads, something to look forward to. That he kind of takes that honor with all the other characters. The soundtrack still amazing, and of course we got my favorite character in this movie. So yeah.
All right, Ben Buster.
I
about Volume 2.
I kind of have to go off of what Huck said with the whole Mary Poppins, y'all. And when he lands and Star-Lord's there, puts up his visor, and then all of a sudden we get that Avenger shot from James Gunn.
Yeah.
Where it's circling around the team, and then Mantis pops up, and then the meteor just hits her, and Drax is like, "What? Look out!" It's like the perfect timing right there. You have the serious moment of, hey, look, here's another group that could be like the Avengers. Then all of a sudden, the humor just comes in there at the perfect time too. That was hilarious. And well, like the twist with how Kraglin was originally not going to be with Yondu, and then showed his loyalty back to Yondu right before Yondu dies. And then their whole thing when Star-Lord realizes what Yondu's doing, when they're talking and they're flying with the space pack on, and he puts the thing on Star-Lord and hits it, and you just see Star-Lord just seeing, no, if it's anyone, it's because he's thinking, I have my mask, I can still breathe out here. Here, you do it. And that shows you their relationship. Like we get all the hints of that, of Quill growing up with Yondu.
Actually, he loses his mask. Do you remember, Ben?
Oh yeah.
When he fell on the ground, it cracked off and it fell on the ground.
That's right.
So he couldn't turn his thing off. That's what made it even sadder. It's like one of them was going to die. Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
And that relationship, that father-son dynamic, something that they didn't want to have in the first place. All of a sudden, he has this kid on him that Ego doesn't want now, that he helped kidnap and abduct. He doesn't want him anymore. He goes, what do I do with him? Teaches him how to be a Ravager. It brings him into his fold. Brings him into being the space pirates. And then you just see that buildup of that father-son dynamic in there, and then that final moment that they have together.
I'm your dad, son. I may not be your father, but I was your dad.
Yeah, I might
Oh,
not be your
that got me. That
father,
got me so
but I
good.
am your daddy. Yeah,
Yeah, that was and again, there's Rooker
Yeah.
owning that
Yeah.
moment. Like blue face, big teeth and all. He owned that moment. And I was like, nice.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think the best Guardians moments are in Volume 2, so I will give it that. Like y'all were saying, all the Yondu stuff, that is the best moments. I love the ending of Volume 2. I think the beginning's pretty on par with the beginning of Volume 1. Like, they're both good intros. I think Volume 2 loses me a little bit in the middle. I think it drags out a little too long. I would have cut probably 20 minutes out of the movie. It gets, what are we doing when we're on the planet for so long? I would have, cut a little bit of that out. But every time I watch Volume 2, I will say I do like it more and more. So it does get better for me. But if I had to pick one over the other, I'd probably still go Volume 1 overall. I just think it moves at a better pace. But both are good quality films. Both I can really enjoy. And if you watch both of them back to back, it's a great time.
It's
so
amazing.
They flow really well together. But yeah, really good movies. Let's see what we got going on in the chat here. We got Craig saying, "Come and get your love."
Get your
Yes.
love.
Mhm.
We're all like,
Yeah, immediately.
hey.
Come and get your love now.
Sorry.
Constant Cherry, may the fourth be with you. Yes, may the fourth be with you. Adrian James says it's Star Wars Day. Yes, so may the fourth be with you. Benny saying Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was great. See, I don't know if I put it on great level. I'll put it on good level. Yes. But it wouldn't be top 10 for me like the first one.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Dimension Scott says, I enjoyed Guardians 2 better than Volume 1 because it's funny. It is funny. It does have a lot of great humor moments, especially the beginning. Oh, the beginning's so good.
Yeah.
Adrian says, David
Hasselhoff. Oh my God.
That's true. That is true.
And that's another thing. When you can craft a Hasselhoff joke and weave it into the entire story and still keep it funny, I'm like, and that was the moment too. Like he was trying to take his dad out, and then he started morphing into Hasselhoff. I was like, how is this working? This should not be funny. This should be pulling me out. It's like, but Hasselhoff, man. Yeah, that was funny.
Benny says, I love how they use the song Brandy as the main theme for Ego's character.
Yeah, I love that song on the soundtrack. Probably my favorite on that soundtrack.
Yeah, and it takes into like that's exactly how it brings in that plot twist before you even know it's going to be a plot twist. It foreshadows that story.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, when they start discovering though what Ego did to all the other children, I guess, of his, like that is such a creepy moment. You're like, oh my goodness, what's going on?
Yeah.
That's definitely a twist.
And Mantra's saying, "You're my brother."
Hey, kid.
We got mid-level media saying, "What up, y'all? What up?
What's going on, buddy?"
What's up, Ken?
Yeah, we're saying, "What's up to Ken?" Benny saying, one of my favorite scenes is when Kraglin is crying, cheering at Yondu's funeral when the OG Ravengers, OG Guardians from the comics show up and recognize the good Yondu.
Dude,
has done as one of them. Yes.
I'm the same way. That is probably the biggest emotional moment in the movie is that moment there. Because they all sell it there. All sell it so good, especially Kraglin. God, so good.
Craig saying Marvel stopped James Gunn from killing Gamora in Guardians 2. Oh, James Gunn wanted to kill Gamora in Guardians 2? I did not know that.
Well, I'm glad that they did stop him because,
Well, yeah, but then she died in what? Infinity War?
The Avengers,
yeah.
But then it wasn't, she could stick around for Guardians too.
It's okay. It's Marvel fake death universe anyway. They're all coming back. Cinnamon Man saying Hasselhoff, cameo.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. All right. Next question. All right. What did you think of Guardians of the Volume 3 trailers? Yes. All right. Ben Buster, what did you think of these trailers?
I'm excited for with what I've seen in the trailers. It's given you just enough to leave you wondering what is going on in the storyline, I mean, obviously they bring in the high evolutionary. They're on that planet with the humanoid animals, so we know that ties in there. And then all of a sudden you see everything else. You're like, okay, Adam Warlock. We just see the scene of him, and it's like, okay, that's it. And then we see all the Guardians together. It feels very somber. It feels like we're getting a different movie as the third one than what we've seen in the other two, even with the trailers.
Oh yeah,
It just
definitely.
seems something very, very different, and something that I'm still excited about, even though it could be very different.
And Last American Girl, what do you think on these trailers?
Feels like the movies keep getting progressively sadder and more serious, and that's something that's a little troubling for me. 'Cause, again, I'm in it for the humor, but I'm also in it for a good movie, and it looks like they thought this one out pretty well. So I've at least seen like the little clips they've released, like with Rocket and that kind of thing, and it's just like, I'm not sure I'm walking into a comedy with this.
All right,
Guardians 1 changed the MCU. Guardians 3 is going to change the MCU. So,
Well, the MCU certainly needs a bona fide hit, and I think this
Needs
is
a
going
yes.
to be that.
Yeah.
And the trailers, so and there may even be a new one out, but I've stopped. Like, I don't want to watch any more trailers. And
Yeah,
the same thing
yeah.
with, I think, The Flash had a new one out. I'm like, I don't want to watch
No.
that. Like, I've seen enough, so I am excited.
Yeah.
The other trailers have done their
Mhm.
job on me. I'm ready to go see it. Now I don't want to see anything else. So all the things that you've talked about, Adam Warlock, I get it. He's in it.
Mhm.
The sad stuff is coming. Well, who's it going to be? We see Nebula carrying what looks to be a very dead Star-Lord, you know?
Mhm.
And I was watching an interview with the Fandango girl interviewing both Nebula and Chris Pratt, and she says, "Are you going to do any more Guardians with James Gunn?" And he says, "No, this is the last time you will see me play Star-Lord with James Gunn." So obviously he can't give anything away, so that can be taken as because he's dead or because James Gunn is no longer with the franchise. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but because
yeah.
we've seen the scene, it could be that. So I don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose Rocket. He looks like he gets him a girlfriend, which is so cute.
Lila.
And but I also don't like you're saying, it looks like they're changing things up. American Girl, like there was a cute moment in the trailer where Gamora jokes that he looks like he's attracted to Nebula, and she's like, "Knock it off," you know. And I'm like, oh, I hope they don't put them, because I still, you know, the matchmaker in me still wants Gamora and Star-Lord together, because that's the couple we followed. There's been none of that. Like, if you put him and Nebula together, that means you're forcing that together really fast. Because there's been none of that. There's been no connection like that. So if it happens, then you're really fast tracking it for this one movie and making us swallow that. But I hope, I don't know. I know it's not the same Gamora, but that's what I inevitably would like to see based on the trailer.
Yeah, so I've watched, I think, 3 different trailers of this movie. I still have no idea what's going on at all. It is so ambiguous.
Plot-wise?
These trailers,
Yeah.
story-wise, I have no idea. The flavor does seem a little bit more serious, so I don't know what they're preparing us for. There's definitely going to be some sad moments, I'm sure, but you still have the humor in there. Like when Drax throws the ball at the mouse character, right? When they show up on the planet.
Yeah.
Drax, what are you doing? And then, like you were saying, Huck, with the Nebula scene. Oh, I never noticed how dark your eyes were. You know, he picked out a pretty set.
Yeah.
Still has the humor, though. So it still has the humor. So I think we'll get plenty of that. I don't know if they're going to go overboard with the humor. Hopefully not. But it looks like a good balance of tone so far. But it looks like every character is going to have their shining moment, right? We got Mantis in there again. Looks like Rocket Raccoon's going to have a big part of the movie. And I'm so excited for more Rocket Raccoon and the little girlfriend. And that's going to be great. And then to see Groot, hopefully Groot has a big part here. He is all buffed out now. So. Yeah, everything looks good from the trailer. So, yeah, I'm excited for it for sure. Let's see what everybody's saying in the chat here. We got Constant saying, I understand what was with Kevin Bacon. Yeah, Kevin Bacon was in the holiday special. I wonder if Kevin Bacon will be in this movie. Will he make
I wonder.
a cameo?
That'd be cool.
That could be the twist right there. Mm-hmm.
I love Kevin Bacon.
And it was also funny to hear those references several times in the first movie again. I was like, wow, they really leaned like twice on Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Kitten Paws here saying, what is your favorite song from either Guardian movie if you could pick just one? All right, who got the favorite song? Huck, I know you got a favorite song.
Like Kitten Paws. That. Well, I would say Moon Age Daydream is from Volume 1 and Brandy from Volume 2. Those would be my favorites on each one.
All right, Last American Girl. I know you're musical.
Yeah, Cherry Bomb by the Runaways, Volume 1. It's one of my favorite songs to karaoke.
And then Ben Buster.
Hooked on a Feeling.
Yep, I was gonna say the same thing. Hooked on a Feeling.
That's like the Guardians theme, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you play that, you just hear, you feel the whole Guardians.
And it's one of those that, like, when you listen to it, you have to do like the clap, the dun dun.
Yeah.
And of course, Brandy from Volume 2.
Yeah. And what I love too is a lot of those songs I've never heard of, or if I have, they're just sort of passing in time. But to hear them in the soundtrack and the context that they're all really great. I don't know. He just picks really great songs. And, of course, he gets the Zune on, the little digital player with 300 songs, dude, and that opens it up to 90s now, so he's able to get a lot more music to play with. So I'm excited to see where he goes.
So do you think they'll go with 90s music on this one?
Oh, I'm sure.
Are they sticking with 80s?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're going to drop a couple of 90s because, again, in that interview that I saw, that's what he was saying is Chris Pratt was saying, what I love about this is, they were able to go beyond the 80s and into the 90s and dig into some new tunes. I was like, oh, okay. Now, I don't know if the whole thing is going to be 90s tunes, but I think we're going to get at least a couple of nice, tasty 90s songs,
All right, let's see. We got let's see. This is going to lead perfectly into the next question here. So Spicy 4K Action saying, are we going to lose some Guardians in this new one? So our next question here, our story theories, and this is where we can talk about if any Guardian is going to bite the dust here. So Ben Buster, you feel like
he's huffing and puffing.
How are you doing over there?
I'm good. I'm good.
So what are you thinking here?
Okay.
Any general story theories? Any Guardians?
I'm going back to Endgame.
Okay.
When the rest of the Guardians get blipped out, you have that very touching scene with Nebula and Rocket, where all they have now is each other. They've already killed off the Guardians once. Everyone except those two. My theory, I have two, actually. My theory is that one of those two, or both of them, are the ones dying. Because they're the only two that didn't die in Endgame. And two, I saw a poster when the movie was first announced. It says, every ending has a beginning. And it's a picture of Rocket, kind of like the Evolution of Man poster. It's an Evolution of Rocket poster. I'm going, they're not going to kill off Rocket. And then every other poster after that, it's like Rocket's by himself. Rocket's by himself. Rocket's by himself. I'm like, uh-oh. Are they going to kill off Rocket? But my other theory is this. Groot and Rocket are the two easiest characters to keep on in this franchise. Even if all the actors are done, you can always get back Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper to voice them.
Because they won't age in that regard.
No, they won't age in that regard. They're CGI characters. You can always bring them back. Whereas guys like Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Karen Gillian, Dave Bautista, Sean Gunn, Palm Klittenmoff, I think I'm pronouncing that right. If you kill them off, you can't really bring back that character. Yes, there's variants now and everything, but it won't be the same character. Like, look at Gamora. It's not the same Gamora. It's a different timeline, different variant of Gamora.
Right.
So we're not even going to get that same dynamic back if you bring these guys back. And a lot of them want to go on and do different things. A lot of them are tied with Gunn now into supposedly DC projects, or other projects too. So, like I said, out of everyone who might die, it might be everyone but Rocket and Groot, or it might be Groot and Nebula. So that's my theories.
All right. You gave us a lot of answers there, Ben. What's your final prediction? What characters are biting the dust? If you could give one final answer.
Putting the thumb on you.
All the live action characters.
The highest likely possibility.
Yes, the highest likely possibility.
What was that, Ben?
A good chunk, either a good chunk of the live action characters or all the live action characters are going to die. Leaving the two computer generated characters on to continue on.
That's good. Hey, well then Rocket gets to live, so that's good news. I'll take that.
It is.
And any other story theories for this volume 3 here? Because I have no idea what's going on in this story. No. I know there's Adam Warlock, and that's about it.
It looks like yeah, go Huck. Or
me?
Anyone? Or anyone, yeah. Does anyone have any other theories?
Well, it's funny because actually coming off of 2, the only thing I would say that was weak about 2 once I thought about it was the crux to the story was just that Rocket stole some batteries.
Yeah.
Right? That is all the plot was, because then those people were hacked off and came to get the batteries, and then that's why those things are so vague why those are so good that it is now sort of the springboard for the story in part 3. So that had better become a stronger issue, because that was the weakest part of 2 is what's the deal with those?
You need batteries. If there's a power outage, what are you going to do? You need a flashlight.
I mean, they actually came in handy to kill Ego. So that was nice. And now you've got that planet, which I don't know much about, with all the gold people. And that's where Adam Warlock is. So hopefully it's funny because it's like, I wonder if that's even going to be a huge thing, or if that's going to be just a blip in the story. Like, we just assume that it's a good portion of it, but it could be one of those, 20 minutes and we're done with that. We're done with Warlock. It's something else. There's something else going on, or
like he's the intro kind of villain.
Exactly. And it brings something else that keeps going. Cause like I said, that it was such a weak thread in the second movie that I think when you think of volume 2, I often forget about them. Like their part in it is almost non-existent with everything else, because Ego is the real story. Ego, and the only reason Ego shows up is because they're being chased by the gold people, and he finds them, and then there you go. I call them gold people. Ben, who are they? I'm sure you know the name. I don't know.
I forget what race they are. So
I figured you know. So that's my theory. Is maybe I know we're getting that, but maybe they're a smaller part than we think. As far as what the story would be, I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue where you would take them, because they're the kind of story you could take anywhere. What I'd like to maybe see is maybe there's a connection that hands off to the Stallone, but Stallone's old too, y'all. Stallone's in his 70s, so it's not like the smartest. And look, we also got that last shot that also had Michelle Yeoh, Stallone, like all these pedigree actors, in that thing saying we're back. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't start a franchise with people that are all in their late 50s and 70s. As much as I'd love to see that, at least just a one-off maybe. So I don't even know if that could be where you take this. So I'm really at a loss. I have no predictions because I haven't a clue where you would take them. As far as who dies, I don't know. There's way too much pressure on it being Rocket. The poster with him with the tear, and it's like, it's just everything is. But that said, Marvel's the master of misdirect. Right? Like in that Avengers Endgame shot, they put the Hulk in the background running, but it was really not the Hulk. It was the Hulk smasher suit. Yeah. And then they just digitally replaced it. So they had us tricked. They had us fanboys tricked. So is it the reason we're seeing him cry is because he is seeing people die and not him dying? Yeah. So is that the misdirect? Is like he's the one that can't prevent it from happening. And these are all his friends. And that was the beautiful thing of two, is you learned a little bit more, and that connection with him and Yondu. Again, Yondu and him are the same. And then so for Rocket to lose Yondu, he gets it. He gets who he, man, that was great. So I feel like maybe Star-Lord, you know, I mean, Nebula's carrying his body, and unless we're going to do the comic book, oh yeah, but if he eats this flower, he's alive.
He's Black Panther now.
Hey, they'll just go back in time. They'll go back in time, no problem.
Oh my God, no more of that, please. No more time travel to fix everything.
Yeah,
So
they'll time travel. They'll meet Indiana Jones, and they'll have
and Marty McFly will be there. He'll like, hop in. I'll take you back to Hasselhoff. So, yeah, I think it might be because look, you're giving Rocket a girlfriend, and I feel like you got to let him have that. He's had such a hard life that the fact that he's been, worked on is a super sad element of this entire thing. Like that sort of torture done to him. And by the way, when you really contemplate the torture done to Nebula as well, that's not a pleasant thing.
No.
That's the one thing I was watching in part 2. Nebula tells her, or Gamora tells her, we were young. We didn't know any better. It's like, because they were doing all the competitions with each other. If you really sort of break that down, what does that mean? That means every time Nebula competed with her sister, or rather when Gamora competed with her sister, she knew that if she won, her dad would tear her apart. That's a little messed up. Like, shouldn't Nebula, or I keep saying, shouldn't Gamora have been a better sister to stop competing with the other sister who's being torn apart? So I feel like you need to give those characters that have gone through the most, like Nebula and Rocket, the best redemption, the best ending, and not kill them, because that's unfair. So I feel like they should live, and I think the saddest one would be Star-Lord.
Yeah, that would definitely be something going after the main guardian of
The
Star-Lord.
main guardian.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you took out Cap.
Hey, that's something James Gunn would do, though. James Gunn would definitely go Game of Thrones style right there. You don't know who's going to be gone. Just all right, Last American Girl. What are you thinking on this story, and what Guardian do you think is going to bite the dust here?
I agree with all the Marvel misdirect, and essentially, if you get a clue that someone's gonna die, that means that they're safe. So
Right?
I think since they're pushing so much on Rocket and putting out his sad life story and his girlfriend and all of that, I think he's safe. I think he's safe. You're totally right that Nebula deserves some type of redemption, and that's something that I wasn't actively thinking about, but it's getting me excited. Like, that's definitely a story point that I would love to see, and especially since we've been mentioning how she might have a bit of a connection with Star-Lord there, that maybe she's finally able to, I guess, kind of be her own person and open herself up for that kind of thing. I don't know. It just feels like that's kind of where the direction is going to go. Definitely seems sad. It's not a surprise that someone always dies in a Guardians movie. So my money is going to be on Drax, because Dave Bautista said that his contract is ending, and his storyline has kind of played itself out at this point as well. And so, yeah, and I think everyone else can come back for maybe a special or something, but just, I guess, the dynamics with him, that's someone that would definitely hurt them a lot if he went. And to lead Rocket to tears.
But
Yeah.
would Star-Lord's death be equal to Iron Man's in Endgame if he were the one to die?
I think so. I mean, in the context of the Guardians, yes.
Yeah.
Not in the bigger ethos of
No,
the world.
that's what I'm saying in the context of just those 3 movies of their adventures. Yeah.
I think so. Because, I mean, he started it. He's the first character you're introduced to, much how Iron Man was the first one to kick things off that way. So what do you think, American Girl, is the end of Drax's story? did we already get it? I mean, he wanted Ronan dead, and that happened. Then he wanted
Exactly.
Thanos dead, and that happened. So really,
Mhm.
what is left with his
Yeah.
journey other than just being with his new friends?
And that's it. He's lived out his journey with his new friends. Maybe he'll find someone and then maybe like have a redemption and come out of, I guess, his humor of how he's so literal. Come out of that, make some sort of joke, and something that really kind of puts a heart to him about how much how much purpose the Guardians ended up giving him after he had lost everything and completed everything he needed to complete.
Do you
But
think
we
they'll give
still
him-
need Drax for the buddy cop show. We still need Drax
Right.
and Mantis some more. He has that
Mantis.
connection with Mantis now. We need more of that. But I get your
Drax-
point, Last American Girl. I do think Dave Bautista would be the least likely one to want to come back, especially if it's not a James Gunn project. Because I don't think he probably has the best relationship with Disney overall
Yeah.
right now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I feel like he would be the least likely to want to come back. And who knows? Maybe all the Guardians will live. Who says a Guardian has to die in this one? What if the twist is they all live? That could happen. That's a possibility
We
there.
are all expecting some to die. So that
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So that could be the
Maybe
twist.
that is the
as
biggest
well.
plot twist.
Everybody lives. Okay. I don't think it's going to be Star-Lord, though, because remember, Yondu just sacrificed himself for Star-Lord. And then if Star-Lord then, kind of does the same. I don't know. I don't know if that.
sacrifice. Yeah.
Like Yondu already
Um,
made that big sacrifice for
He
Star-Lord.
did. Yeah.
Ben Buster, what are you thinking? I know your train of thought's going right there.
Yeah. It kind of corresponding with everything. First of all, I gotta say, does Drax go see Eternity to get back his family? Or like Thor, Love and Thunder. So does that happen? That's just a joke out there. No, but like you were saying, Mike, it was no one might die. What happens if they pull a Deadpool on us? You know the scene in Deadpool where Ryan Reynolds is reading the Green Lantern script and Deadpool shoots him. What happens if they kill off James Gunn? Actually, bring in James Gunn like they brought in Kevin Bacon and actually kill off James Gunn. So,
Well, that would be a She-Hulk move.
yeah.
She-Hulk
Yeah.
would go grab him. Yeah. Do you think they'll give Mantis and Drax a little romantic moment?
No, Drax finds her disgusting, remember?
I know, but that's what I
Remember
love.
Volume 2? I tried to let you down easy. I find you.
And
That's
and
what I-
maybe the
I
whole
love that though.
Nebula.
Like the last shot is like when he's looking at her and she was all, and he tells her, and he tells her, "You're beautiful," and she's kind of like, when he goes, "On the inside."
Yeah.
But the pause was so great because I was like, "Oh, he complimented her," and then smacked her
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
on the
definitely,
inside.
definitely this
Oh,
sort of situation again. Maybe he'll finally be like, I guess you're
Those-
not that bad.
This goes back
Something.
to
That's I
the whole
love that relationship.
this goes back to the whole Nebula and Star-Lord thing. Maybe it's not them trying to get them together, but it's Nebula finally opening up and realizing Star-Lord's trying to make her better by being himself. And she's finally learning, hey, this group might be weird, but this is the normalcy I need in my life. Maybe it's not them doing that, but maybe it's more brother and sister bonding type of thing rather than trying to get them together as a romantic unit.
Oh, so brother and sister between Star-Lord and Gamora now?
No, Nebula.
Oh, okay. I was going to be like,
Yeah.
wait a second. All right.
No, Nebula, because the way they're acting, like they're saying, hopefully they don't get them together. Maybe it's all that thing of they're trying to make each other better. There's a part of Nebula that's missing that she never had with Gamora, like Huck was saying. Like she never had that sister bond. But she sees a brother in Star-Lord. Because they both just lost their father. What else do they have? That's their kindred bond together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do think Gamora though is the big wild card here that we haven't really talked too much about because this is a whole new Gamora. Like what's gonna go on with this Gamora character? That's what I'm most curious about because they can kind of
she
play
is the
that
wild
any
card.
way.
I need ice.
She's going to Pandora. That's where she's going. She's going to Pandora.
You got to go to the section where
No.
they're a little bit more teal, you know.
But I in the first trailer, did you guys notice too that the Guardians are wearing their original costumes from the comics, the Ravager
Oh
costumes.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So pretty much that whole thing, like you were saying, with Stallone and Michelle Yeoh and Michael
Yeah.
Rosenbaum and Miley Cyrus right in there. That whole scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the voice of that like floating head thing. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know
seriously?
that.
I thought you were
Yeah, that was
joking.
Miley. No, that was
Oh
Miley.
my god! I love
Yeah.
James Gunn so much. I had
Well,
no idea. That's
Well,
great.
What happens if them saying, "Oh, we're back"? Was the Ravagers actually are all together, and now the Guardians and the Ravagers are just one big unit, like
Well,
kind of
I
like you have
love
the
that.
old comic,
Mm.
you have the whole old comic team meeting the new comic team, kind of gelling together, type of thing,
That's
and
great.
created one big Guardians group.
So is this going to be like a epic war movie then? Because that's a lot of Ravengers right there. You have
Well,
to have some epic scale battle for that.
it would be, considering who the villain is, being the High Evolutionary.
Mhm.
And that planet that they go to where Drax hits the ball in the rabbit girl's face, those are his thing. He's probably after the Guardians. Like I was reading what Benny was saying in the comments, and it's one of those things that he's probably coming after Rocket because he sees Rocket as a success.
Mm.
He sees Rocket as a successful creation of his, so he's going after the Guardians for Rocket. And that's the entire story arc we're getting, is how Rocket was this experiment of his, and all these little pieces, like Huck was saying, with the batteries and every little thing that he wants to pick up or he needed, was because of somebody he lost, or someone he's trying to get back to being whole again, like him.
Yeah, I don't
So-
think Rocket bites the dust then, because
No.
if he's the main, point of the story,
Yeah.
they're going to rescue him, they're going to save him. No way they would get rid of him. I think Rocket's safe. At least I
Yeah.
hope so. Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll just off Groot again, and then Groot will come back in a whole new
used
way.
to
That's an
Groot
easy
going
way to
out.
go about it. Like
We get another new group.
a new Groot, yes.
This time it's a car. It's a tree car.
A
So
wooden car.
yeah.
All right, let's check into this chat here. Let's see. We got some of Dave. Is it a Dave Hasselhoff version of Hooked on a Feeling or the original?
Yeah.
The
Oh, it's the
Hasselhoff
original.
version? Let's see. Spice 4 Cat, Drax Quill, and maybe a few more. Constant Cherry. I have a Baby Rocket Funko. Ooh,
Nice.
nice. Craig saying BJ Thomas was the original singer from the 60s
Yeah,
who sang
Suede.
Hooked on a
Mhm.
Feeling. Blue Suede sang in the movie. We got amazing Anna in the chat saying hello to everybody. Everybody saying hello to amazing Anna. Everybody saying hello to each other. Let's see. We got Dell on movies. What's up? What's
Hold
up,
on,
Dell?
Dell.
Oh, Dell, are you
What up,
seeing
Dell?
Guardians 3 this weekend? I know you're a big comic book fan, so
We
let us
must
know.
know.
Dell saying Hux talking more Stallone tonight. Yeah, that'll be awesome if Stallone has a big part in this movie. I hope he does come back.
I mean, he used him for his Suicide Squad, so he loves Stallone. In fact, Stallone saved that whole King Shark thing because he's like, I can't get the voice. I'm gonna go ask Sly if he'll do it. And to his surprise, he's like, yeah, let's do it. And King Shark was great. So come on,
King Shark is a shark.
let's put a little bit more hand.
Yeah, you could do a lot with those Ravengers. Even Michelle Yeoh.
Mhm.
Have her have a big part in the movie.
Come on, Oscar winner, let's go. Oh, that'd be so good.
Cinema Man, Dell, Huck spiked his teeth for this one.
No.
Some spiked tea action.
It's just not a Mike's Hard iced tea or twisted tea. It's just regular old Spidey tea.
Spicy 4K. Yep. Let's see. Amazing Anna. I think I'm about to go to my galaxy.
Oh,
Asleep. Constant Chain saying Star Lord and Nebula. You think those are the ones that are going to be out of here? Yep, maybe.
I hope not Nebula.
Yeah, I know Nebula's been through so much. Like,
Yeah.
Benny saying story predictions. I think the High Evolutionary is after Rocket because he was a successful creation. Yep, and he needs him to create his new men, and the Guardians are going to try and protect him. Yep. Amazing Anna with the shocked face. Oh, Benny.
Oh, Benny. Ooh.
Okay, let's see, amazing. I don't want any thoughts going into this movie. I want to be surprised. I like the first over the second. I didn't care too much about the storyline for the second, but I did laugh and enjoy Group. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Group was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But don't push this button. No, the exact same thing.
I am Groot.
Just told you not to do.
Oh yeah, and then what does Rocket say? Rocket says that.
That's a really bad sign.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a funny moment. Great moment. Let's see. We got Movie Hunter 2020 says maybe Star-Lord will end up morphing into a planet like his dad. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, we got to see some more Star-Lord powers now, right? As a Celestial, so yes. Hisham saying, is Avengers Secret Wars the last MCU movie? No. They make too much money. They're going to keep making more. Dell saying maybe they kill more
Maybe
than
they'll
one
start
Guardian.
a new phase, but no.
Yeah, if they kill more than one Guardian, that's going to be tough. Drax and Groot. That's what I say.
The two least people would worry about.
Yeah.
Because you know that Groot could come back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, because if you kill Groot, you can't kill Rocket Raccoon too. You can't break up that. You
You
can't,
take the team.
both of them. You can't go both of them. Let's see. Spicy 4K says, "Oh, totally. At least two are gone. At least
Wow.
two.
Jumping on
Hey,
that
you can
wagon.
get three then.
At least two.
Dell says, not yet sure if I'll see it this weekend. Ooh, good luck avoiding the spoilers out there.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's
That's what I'm most worried about. That's why I have to go. That's why I told my girls, look, we're going either Saturday or Sunday. We gotta go. So let's go.
All right, let's go to our next question here. Some post-credit scene predictions here. What do we think,
Mike?
and Buster? Oh, me? You want me to start?
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get a lot of different post-credit scenes because Volume 2 had a ton of post-credit scenes, right? Like as the credits.
Yeah,
played, there was
actually,
a
it did.
whole bunch.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get.
I remember I
quite a few.
really had to go to the bathroom after that one.
Did you stay to see all of them?
I
Or were
had
you
to, yeah.
So I think it's going to be something similar to that. There'll probably just be little funny gag moments for the most part of it. Now, what post-credit thing? I think it will lead into what's the next movie after Guardians? The Marvels, right? There has to be a Marvels post-credit scene then to get us hyped for that movie. At least I'm guessing.
Well, I mean, there was no Guardians thing at the end of Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So they don't.
Oh, we had, what do we have? We had a Loki season 2 post-credit scene.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So we could always get a post-credit
Secret
scene for
Invasion,
another
maybe?
show.
Secret Invasion, maybe?
already. Hey, you know what would be awesome if they showed us all the announcements for the Fantastic Forecast? Like, here's the Fantastic Four. That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my guesses. All right, Huck. Now it's your turn since you put me on the spot first.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So Guardians is known for their just really funny endings. So this is why there is a good potential that maybe no one dies, right? Because then it's going to be very hard as you're bawling your eyes out that according to Spicy, 2 or more are going to die. And then you're going to make us laugh during the end credits. But it's like, with what? What are you going to make us laugh about? We're kind of just lost 3 of our best friends. Like that's not going to play well, I think, with people. So either if we lose people, then maybe the post credits have nothing to do with the Guardians. They are completely something else, because that way you just hold on to your last memory that you had at the end of the Guardians. And now we're going to give you a couple of other things. Like, I don't know, maybe we will see like a Stallone and a Michelle Yeoh moment doing something kick-ass that maybe wraps up a little something that was in the movie, and then they have their little thing. You're like, oh yeah, they're still badasses. And but what the last one would be like, more, I don't know. Like I feel it's hard to dial in what you could put at the end of this, because the movie they're all making it sound like this is it. We're not doing any more Guardians after this. No more with James Gunn. So I feel like it almost has to be a non-related post thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
with
good
Stallone.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? there could also be no post-credit scenes like Infinity War, right? Infinity War was such a tragic ending. They didn't have any post-credit scenes after that. So that's another
Wow, I
possibility.
kind of forgot that. Is that right?
Yeah. Infinity War didn't have any post-credit scenes.
They had like the Iron Man hammer at the end, but that was it, right? Was that the one?
In Infinity War?
Was it Infinity War? One of them, the end credits was the Iron Man hammer. Like there was like a hammering sound at the very, very end, and it was just a noise. It wasn't actual something. I don't remember which one it was.
I don't know. Noises. No, I don't know. Maybe I didn't wait around for the noise. Last American, what are you thinking on these post-credit scenes?
Okay, so from what I remember, like I said, I really had to use the bathroom, and they had just so many. I want to say they had like 5 or something. But they've been cutting down on them, so I'm gonna go with 3. There's gonna be 3 post-credit scenes.
Wow.
One of them is, as we said, it's going to be a sad story, so we're going to be wrapping something up. So maybe it'll be kind of like a future thing, like how they're now living their life. A couple of them are living their lives happily and just reminiscing about their time with the Guardians. Just kind of a soft closure sort of thing. And and as far as the other 2 go, I was talking to Benny. Shout out to Benny if he's still there. I was talking to Benny about these and how, again, I never miss an opportunity to bring up Harry Styles and how I want him to be part of the Eternals. Until now, I am so excited for Park Seo-joon's role in the Marvels that I forgot about Harry Styles.
Nice.
So I'm hoping that we got a little more than the 1 second that my algorithm now focuses on. And that we get a little more to get hyped up for that one, because I know a lot of people aren't too excited about the Marvels, but I am, because of the character he's going to be playing. And however, Benny said that I might finally get my wish and actually get something with Harry Styles.
Hey, you never know. Harry Styles could be a new leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Or there could be a whole new Guardians group. We didn't think about that. What if, okay, this is the send-off for this current Guardians group, but then we have a whole new cast for the next set of Guardians movies? That's another possibility. Ben Buster, what are you thinking?
Like, it could almost go anywhere. I mean, obviously, we know Loki and Kang. Hopefully, more with Kang and Loki going that route. We don't know. I'm not saying at the end of this movie. I'm saying we know Loki's going to be focusing on the Kang story.
Right. I got you.
Which is building up into Kang Dynasty. This movie either has to show us something that's coming future down the line that would tie up even well with the Kang Dynasty. Maybe we get a hint at a Fantastic Four, maybe a Herald of Galactus thrown in there. I mean, you're in the space. You're dealing with the cosmic entities now. You do that because he is a celestial after all, Galactus. So, Harry Styles, like with the whole Harry Styles things, the Eternals could show up in some way, shape, or form. I mean, it's too hard.
Did sort of disappear, right?
Yeah.
Like the Eternals were huge,
Yeah.
and they're just gone.
Well, or even Shang-Chi, because we saw in Ant-Man the rings of the ship that Kang was in are the same design as his bands. Maybe those get triggered with him some way, shape, or form, or maybe it's even something tying in with Secret Invasion, because this whole time Nick Fury after Endgame, we don't know what he's up to. We know he's on this Skrull ship as last time we saw him. Maybe they're going to play into more. So, hey, we have TV shows coming out. Here's this type of thing, like they did with Loki. Maybe we get that. Maybe, that awesome title call that they have right after the movie's done. It goes blank, You wait there for like maybe 3 minutes, nothing happens, and the credits just roll. Well, like if this is going to be the finale, I think it should be treated like an Endgame, where there was nothing at the end. So
Yeah.
you have, like Huck was saying, you have your moment with these Guardians, and you leave it at that. So,
You know what? I just had a thought when you were talking about King, Ben Buster. What if they use this as an opportunity to recast King? Right? Because we had all that, the drama stuff with Jonathan Majors. What if, hey,
Yeah,
I'm just
then
saying.
suddenly John Boyega shows up as Kang. You're like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I would be so shocked if they did that.
that would be
Oh my
hilarious.
goodness.
Yeah. Which is weird because he's already shot everything for Loki too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting how that plays out. I do not know what they're going to do with all that. All right, let's see the chat here. We got Amazing Anna saying, that was my favorite part, Huck.
Yay.
Cinema Man says, y'all work comes early. This old man needs his sleep. Oh, good
Go
night.
get that
Good
sleep, bro.
Let's see. Hisham saying, another Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 4. We need Silver Surfer, Howard the Duck, and Bully Maguire. Yeah,
God.
Bully Maguire. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you can do anything with the multiverse now, Let's see, Movie Fan 91. Hey, Huck, Mega Mike, and all cannot wait until Guardians 3.
We're with you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Movie Fan 91 says, heard a rumor that Margot Robbie was cast as Sue Storm in Invisible War. I've heard so many rumors about the
It's just a
Fantastic Four.
rumor.
I've heard like Mila Kunis. I mean, oh my goodness, it's
It's
wild
just a
out
rumor.
there.
Yeah, nothing's in stone. Hey, Mama Blu-ray.
Mama Blu-ray Collectors Club member. Yeah,
That's right. Maybe she'll be in Galaxy Guardians 4. Mama
Oh,
Blu-ray.
there you go. Movie Fan 91. Endgame was one with no post-credit scene. So Endgame was the one. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You're right. I was getting them mixed up. You're right. Yeah. Infinity War was Nick Fury calling Captain Marvel for help. Isham saying it is true Mila Kunis as the Thing in Fantastic Four. It's totally a rumor right now.
That's like the craziest rumor. The Thing.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
No.
Just no to it.
A hot girl rock monster. What? Why?
Because you had the gay rock monster already in Thor: Love and Thunder. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, then she has to wear a bikini over the rocks because you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's just wow.
Nell saying Huck, the director of the Raid Redemption, has said it's coming to 14.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Cinema Man saying the Raid is great, very intense. Yeah, just a rumor for now. Yes. All right, next question here.
Yeah.
All right, what gets you most excited and or worried about Guardians 3? Ben Buster, what do you got?
I think throughout the course of all these questions, it's this one's pretty much been answered. We're excited about Guardians because it's the last hurrah for the Guardians. That's what I'm excited for. Worried is that whose finale is it? If there is even one character-wise. Who is this? This is their final crescendo. They take that final dance off. And then go into the great beyond.
Bro.
Yeah. Like what has me worried
right there, yes.
What has me worried is that they're going too hard on the drama side of things, and you lose what made Guardians in the first place. That's what worries me.
All right, Huck. What do you think?
I mean, that's really well said. I think you nailed it. I think you don't want to end the most comical yet, the most perfect mix of comedy and drama franchise they have is this series. And to end on not having that, I think that'll affect the fandom because the fans like Last American Girl, you're looking for that humor and that comedy. You want it there. And I do too. Like, I don't want to see it gone. And all the things, I just want to see these characters sign off beautifully, So it's like when I watched Star Trek 6 and I watched my favorite cast sign off for the last movie. That's what I want from this. I want to see that swan song of all these characters. I don't really want any of them to die. but if Drax goes, that's okay because Drax is expendable. And then so that's it.
All right, Last American Hero. What are you thinking?
I'm definitely excited about the movie. I mean, about the music, the soundtrack.
Yeah.
They always do such a good job with that, and I'm excited, as we've been saying, that there's going to be a bit of a mix of the 90s. Because Captain Marvel soundtrack was really good too, because that one was set in the 90s as well. So I'm hoping for the music, and of course, music kind of takes the direction of these movies. So I always like it when there's a connection there that I can revisit. So that's what I'm most excited about. As far as what I'm worried, I think you all, as you said, nailed it. That's exactly what I'm worried about, that there's just going to be too much drama. I'm going to lose that aspect of going to a movie to laugh and enjoy and come out with too many feelings. And that's just something that I'm a little troubled by. But so long as they, like I said, James Gunn does a great job at really glorifying the individual deaths and paying proper homage to who the character was. So regardless of that, I think that if we do get some deaths, it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm excited that James Gunn actually got to direct this movie, because when he had the fallout with Marvel out first, I'm like, no, are we not getting a Guardians 3 now? Is it going to be a whole different direction with a new director? But we actually get to see this whole trilogy, one vision from James Gunn. To me, that excites me the most, because he gets to close it up however he wants to, gets to tie a nice bow at the end of it. So I'm excited for that vision. Now, I do get worried with these Marvel movies because Phase 4 was rough. Okay, there's no way to put it lightly. Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm still recovering from that one. And I thought we were going to have a strong start with Phase 5. Ant-Man 3, mid-tier for me too. So I want this just to be an amazing MCU movie that I fall in love with. That hasn't happened since Shang-Chi for me. Shang-Chi was the last great MCU movie. The rest have just been okay. So I hope it's not just an okay movie. I want it to be just as good as Guardians Volume 1. I want it to get us back on track and give us, a better path going forward with the MCU. Because I think this is MCU's one of their last straws here. If this one doesn't turn out to be loved by most of the audience out there, that's a very bad sign for Marvel going forward. Because if Guardians 3 can't do it, right, James Gunn, if he can't do it, then it's like, what's the hope for the next movies, right? What's the hope for
really
the Marvels, right? It's gonna be
really hard. Like the Marvels, like if this, you're right. If that fails, Marvels is gonna have a very hard time.
Oh god,
finding an audience.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah.
So Last American Hero, I just looked, and May 5th they are dropping the CD. So if we go to Target or Walmart, grab the CD on the way out. I'm gonna wait till after the movie so I can relive the movie on the way home.
Well, try to see if I can get another one of these tapes. Start collecting them because they're just so pretty. Yeah. And it's written in his handwriting and everything. It's
so great.
No prop.
Just like a mixtape. Yeah. Look at that. It's so good.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Movie Fan 91 says the deaths make me nervous, but look forward to it being the final Guardians and Adam Warlock. Well, if it ends up doing really well, there's going to be more Guardians in some way, shape, or form. Dimension Scott saying I gotta head out. It's really late, but good night. Have a good one.
Good night.
Yep, happy Star Wars Day.
Yep.
Mama Blu-ray, I was really rocking out to the music. Yeah.
So good. So good.
Let's see. John Doe Gigolo says, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone is well this evening. Thank you so much. Mama Blu-ray saying, may the 4th be with you. All right, next question here. All right, how do we think the movie is going to do at the box office? The budget, $250 million. for the budget. That's not even counting the marketing and all that. So, woo, this movie cost a pretty penny right here. But Buster, what are you thinking?
What did Ant-Man end up making
Oh, Ant-Man did not
on
do
their
so
budget?
good.
It was around
The-
on the budget.
Yeah,
I
on
don't
the
know.
I
budget.
can't
Start
remember what his
talking
budget.
now.
It ended up making like 500 mil though, right? Close to
It ended
that?
up meeting
Yeah.
budget, but I don't think it was opening weekend.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because that
That
movie
was like
trailed off
65,
fast.
68 opening
Okay,
weekend.
okay, because I think, I mean, you have Chris Pratt and Mario, which is still going strong, which is probably going to break a billion this weekend. It's probably going to break the billion mark, and knock Lion King off of the number 10 spot in the top animated movies of all time.
Wow.
This one, the budget opening weekend on a 250 mil. Seeing how Ant-Man kind of limped into phase 5, I would say we might at least get budget back first weekend. I mean, I'm being generous, but
Worldwide though, what do you think domestic though?
domestically,
Yeah.
maybe half.
Oh, that'd still be
because-
pretty good there.
Yeah, because Mario's still going
125?
strong.
Yeah, 125.
Well, Mario's still going strong,
solid.
so I'm kind of factoring that in there as another family movie that families are going to go see as well too, because it's still strong. I know people are seeing multiple, triple showings of Mario, so
I don't get it. I totally don't get it. Why? Why? Shazam 2 made $5 and then everybody Mario. I don't. What's going on with the world? I don't understand anymore.
will Chris Pratt will 2023 be the year of the $1 billion Pratt?
Oh yeah, right. Imagine that. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. If
2
this
movies
makes
back
$1
to back.
billion as well, Mario
2
made
mo-
over $1 billion. Chris Pratt is going to be working for a very long time. What are you thinking of Last American Girl on this? How's it gonna do?
It'll definitely make budget. As we've said, there isn't too many movies coming out, so a lot of us are planning multiple showings. Not just multiple showings, but the fancy showings. We're gonna try to see it at some point in IMAX and the kind of the what do you call them? Premium screens.
Yeah, it definitely has all the premium screens locked down for sure.
So it has that going for them. I've heard a lot of like chat within the teenagers and the younger groups that they're all very excited about the first F-bomb dropping in a Marvel movie. So
Yeah, there you go. That's a movie seller right there.
So that's definitely a sell for them because they're kind of the hope is that it's gonna like kind of lead into like a Deadpool situation. This is kind of the generation that grew up without knowing that was not an appropriate movie to watch.
That's the end credit scene. That F-bomb.
There we go. And of course, I'm gonna try to see it. My family's gonna try to see it. Maybe not together, but definitely it'll meet. It'll definitely make more. As we said, Chris Pratt is really taking off. Why? I don't know. Not the biggest Chris Pratt fan, but I do love him in Parks and Rec. But it'll do better than Ant-Man for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, no question. If it does worse than Ant-Man, we're in big trouble, Marvel. This Huck, what are you thinking on this one?
All right, so I wanted to dive into some of these numbers here. So Ant-Man pulled in 106 in its opening domestic weekend. So I think Guardians absolutely should dominate that number, maybe even close to maybe even 150.
Okay.
Because if this is all of the Marvel fans putting all their eggs in one basket saying, this is what we've been waiting for. So Guardians 1 came out in 2014 and made worldwide 773 million. Number 2 came out in 2017, so only 3 years later, made 863, and it is now 6 years later, 2023. That is a long time I always get worried when films, and this is, Marvel and Disney's fault for getting rid of James Gunn. He'd have made this movie instead of Suicide Squad if they wouldn't have canned him. And so this could be what everyone has really been waiting for.
Mhm.
As long as they haven't been tainted by Ant-Man and the Wasp and other things that have gotten them down. So if, like us, this is sort of like that, it's also sort of the last holdover from all of that was great about all those Marvel stages.
Mhm.
Like Ant-Man, no one ever said the Ant-Man movies were among the greatest in those things, even though we enjoyed them. But they weren't like Captain America Civil War or Winter Soldier, or they weren't like that. Guardians has always been like that. It's been on that level of top tier Marvel movies. So I don't know. I'd love to see somewhere like Ben was saying with that 125 between 125 and 150 would be a fantastic way to open this. And then I think you're going to be really digging at that 863 that the second one did better than the first. So if it's not too sad, it is also has the misfortune of being 2 hours and 30 minutes. So that is a very long run time. That's really long, So I get worried with that. But then again, look at Avatar 2, 3 hours and 10 minutes. That didn't slow that down from becoming the fourth grossing highest movie of all time. So if the movie's good enough, the runtime shouldn't matter. So that's what I'm hoping for. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to do less than Volume 2. So Volume 2, I think, made 146 mil opening weekend, if I looked at it correctly. I think this is going to be around 130 mil opening weekend, which is still pretty decent. But I think there was more hype for Volume 2. I think that was when Marvel was going strong. Everybody had to see the next Marvel movie to prepare for all the Avenger movies. I feel like now I'm hearing some people, you know what, maybe I can skip this Marvel movie, or I can wait for it to come on streaming, because it always goes to streaming super quick now. So I feel like there's some people that don't have the urge to rush out to the theater on this one. I think that's going to take a little bit away from it, but it's going to do better than Ant-Man for sure.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, more popular.
Do we remember what was playing when Volume 2 came out? What it had to compete against?
That's a good question. I don't know what
So domestic weekend. Yeah, so Volume 2, when that came out, it was here you go. So it made 146 million that opening weekend, and it was up against Fate of the Furious, Boss Baby, How to Be a Latin Lover, and Beauty and the Beast. That was the top 5 at the time. But Fate and Furious had already been out for 4 weeks. So that was already, everything else was down to like 8 million and lower, and it was at 146. So it was the dominant figure. So it's going to be the dominant movie again, with the exception that Mario is still doing well. So, but what was Mario at? 40 million, I think, this weekend.
Yeah.
So, but that's because nothing else is out. So I think that'll get cut in half, probably down to 20, and then Guardians will take everything else.
Yeah, but I don't think the movie's going to have legs on it, because what do we have coming up next? Is it Fast X that comes up next, or Little Mermaid? What comes out first?
I think Little Mermaid comes out at the end of the week.
Yeah, Mermaid.
They're already doing pre-showings.
Yeah, because, either one of those movies are going to definitely take the premium screens away from Guardians. So Guardians is kind of competing. Well, Disney is kind of competing with itself with Guardians and Little Mermaid. So
it's like something they're doing now, whereas in the first few phases they never did. They never competed with themselves.
Yeah.
They would have, this is going on its course here, and here's a new Disney film.
Actually, no. Fast X comes out on the 19th.
Oh,
so that'll be right in the middle. So that's gonna suck, because that comes out only 2 weeks after, and then after that, Little Mermaid comes out on the 26th. So yeah, some heavy hitters are gonna come out and start putting their foot down, and then right after that, we're gonna be getting like Transformers, Indy, and Mission Impossible.
The Flash coming out too in the summer, right?
Flash in July, right? So
yeah, I think this movie, I don't think it's gonna get the 800 mil.
It may not. There's
overall.
A lot.
I'm feeling it might. I don't know. I feel like more 700 mil. I don't think it's going to do as good as Volume 2. I don't
See,
think it's
I
gonna
feel
be
like
as
this
good
is
as
one of
Volume
those, like every now and then we've learned that there is no bad release time. Like you could release a movie in February, like Captain Marvel came out in February and made $1 billion.
2. Mm.
I feel like if you'd have dropped Guardians in February, it could have just sailed until Mario showed up,
Yeah.
So May 5th, that's going to be tough. We
Yeah.
wish.
What besides Little Mermaid comes out Memorial Day weekend?
Let's see. So it'll be
That has
just,
to be
I
a
mean, as
busy
far as
week.
new movies, that's really the only big one.
Okay, that's the only big one.
That's the only big one. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing else of any notoriety that will dominate.
Okay.
So yeah, that one. And
Okay.
that'll have a really good fan base going to see that.
Yeah,
Right.
but that budget though, that $250 million, I think that's the issue there. That's an expensive movie.
Yeah, a little
Oh
bit.
my goodness. And
Yeah.
plus how much they spend on marketing. Oh man. They need to get those budgets under control for those superhero movies. They're not making as much as they used to. We got to pull back on the budgets a little bit.
Yeah. That's why I really hope too. Here's the thing. I hope that the end of Guardians isn't just a CGI fest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I really want it. Like that's like I came out of Wakanda Forever like that. The ending was just on the boat and the people. I was just like, I don't care. There's no heart in that. That's why I like Guardians too. It was all about heart. That whole ending with Ego and the planet and it erupting and Yondu, and it was all heart. It was a lot of CG around them, as was Ant-Man. But what Guardians had that they didn't was that heart. So I really hope it's not just a soulless CGI fest and then people dying. No, please.
All right, let's see in the chat here, and then we'll get to our final question. Movie Fan 91 says the girl on the bottom left is fairly new to me, but seems very cool.
That girl is cool. Wait, that girl is cool.
Oh,
Thank you,
wait,
thank
I
you.
definitely got a video.
I've been here a while.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's perfect.
Wow.
No.
You look really cool. Thank you.
I didn't know I was gonna play that clip, but it came
Wow.
out perfect moment right there. I just had it ready to go just in case.
And that's the humor I'm hoping for.
Yeah, when I saw that in the trailer, I'm like, what is this? What is going on? All right, let's see. What do we got in the chat? Let's see. Movie Fan saying, I would love to join one of these chats in the future, Mega Mike, for the MCU. Weekends work best or after midnight. That's
Whoa,
way
after
after
midnight.
dark.
That is a late show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late show.
Let's see. John. Yeah, good word of mouth could be everything for Guardians 3. I'm trying to think. I feel like has everybody been hearing great things about it? I feel like I've been hearing mixed things. But maybe
I
that's
wasn't hearing anything.
I watched
Well,
a lot of the guys that went to CinemaCon, and when they came out, they said it was pretty good.
that's a good sign.
I mean, the two biggest superhero movies that have been hyped thus far are Guardians and The Flash.
In Flash,
Oh,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Final question here. How would you rank your level of excitement for the movie now that we've pre-gamed and we discussed the Guardians? All right. Huck, what's your excitement level?
Me first? I was going to go ladies first. All right. Well, I don't know. It's pretty high after just watching them back to back and really falling in love all over again with these characters. I think that's the thing too, is like, it really does help that you watch these again. Like sometimes you never have time to rewatch things to prep yourself when it's things like this before a movie. Like if Scream 6 is coming out, you just don't have the time to like 6
Yeah, you need a 5 Scream. Yep.
Yeah, to prep. So it was nice to fall in love with these characters again. And I am right here. I'm so invested in these people right now. So I really want to see it end well. I'm going to just give it like a nice 8. I don't want to say 10 because I think Marvel sort of lost that, like you said, that momentum of just being 10, 10, 10 all the time. My hope is a 10, right? That it's that good. But the excitement, because of what they've been dishing out, I would say is a nice solid 8 right now.
Yeah, but good point, Huck, on we only had to watch 2 movies
Only
to get prepared. I'm like,
was
Fast
easy.
X, Fast X. I'm not
Forget
prepared
it.
for that.
Forget it. Yeah, I was watching all the trailers.
All right, Ben Buster, what's your excitement level?
I'm right there with Huck at a 8.
Yeah, good.
I
Solid.
mean, it could be a 10, but it's solid. If I hit that plateau of 8, yeah, I'll be happy with this movie. If it goes beyond that, I'll be even happier with the movie. But I mean, like Huck said, it's end of the movie, end of the franchise. That hype level is there. It's just that Marvel recently seems to be getting their act together by, hey, let's do more quality now over the quantity aspect, but it's still, when you limp out into a new phase, the second one you're hoping actually gets it off and running. So I'm at an 8.
Wow, you guys are both high up there with 8. Last American Girl, what are you
Uh-oh.
thinking? I know
You're
you're
bringing us
usually
down
easier
to a
on the
7?
movies. Ooh, 7 now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. Like I said, this is one of those movies that I go into expecting fun, expecting comedy, and I know I'm still gonna get it, but there's been just like so much of the trailers. It just looks so sad that I'm like, am I really prepared to go
Right.
into sad at like this moment in my life? Do I really need this right now? But I mean, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have a good time.
So you're saying all the potential death really pulls your score down.
Yeah.
Okay. I may have to drop mine to a 5.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you?
I was originally thinking a 7 here because I have been let down by Marvel. You know, there's always the screaming goats in back of me saying, you know, a lower score. Yes. But you know what? I'm going to go higher on this one because I just thought about this might be one of the last well-written superhero movies we get for a while with the writer's strike going on now.
Yeah.
So that boosts this up a little bit. I'm at a 9 because we got
Ooh,
James Gunn
you're at a
here. We
9.
got James Gunn, right? Wrote the movie, directed the movie. It's his vision. So
Okay.
if anybody can pull it off, it's James Gunn. So all my hope is with James Gunn right now. If he lets me down, just know.
Then
I
DC's in trouble.
want you to be like 5s and 6s at best. But yeah, that's my
good.
All right, let's see last few comments and then we'll let everybody kind of close out here. Movie fan, my excitement level is pretty high, like my buddy Huck too.
Nice.
Advantage of working late, I can catch some of these.
That's good, man.
This weekend, I hope to see the movie as soon as possible. Yes.
Mhm.
All right. So we'll start with ladies first on this one. Closing out. Say anything you want to the audience. Promote anything you'd like.
Just got a pretty busy weeks coming up, so I'm hoping to go see this on Saturday. Quite excited for it. Well, excitement level out of 7. Last American Girl. I don't YouTube, but you can find me on Instagram. I do think I'm pretty cool, but that's just me. That's it.
Well, it's not just you.
Really cool. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's exactly how I sound like all the Thank you.
You know, you should cosplay as Mantis. You'd be fantastic. You have a bubbly personality, and you could be super cute. Yeah, you should do that.
I'll definitely try that. I'll give that a shot.
That's WonderCon next year.
Right?
We're all gonna have to be Guardians characters.
That'd be sick.
Who are you gonna be, Huck?
I guess I'll be a Rocket. I'll get the little suit, you know, the little whisker face. Oh, yeah, I was Chicken Boy. Why not be Raccoon Kid?
All right, Ben Buster, what you got going on?
Come on, Ben.
We're almost out.
On Friday, this Friday, I have a video coming out where I unbox one of my action figures I picked up during one of my Walmart Wednesdays, that Batrocidus I showed a couple videos back. I'm doing an unboxing and going to place it up on my shelf on Friday. Going to do a video for that. On May 13th, I have a DC top 5 DC animated live stream happening with Dimension Scott, who was in here in the chat, and Mr. Nichols. We're talking about our favorite top 5 DC animated films. So I'm looking forward to both of those. and my rewind where I go and watch forgotten films that haven't made it past DVD or VHS. It's going to be Blank Man this month because I'm doing superhero month, if you couldn't tell by some of the videos I have coming out. So
Yeah, Ben Buster, you'll have to let me know if there's an open spot on that panel. I got a lot of DC animated movies, so
I'll let you know, man. I'll let you know.
All right, Huck, what do we got going on?
He's got to upgrade his StreamYard. Yeah, let's see. So I've been working on everyone's been asking about trivia, so I got that coming back soon. I have it 2/3 finished. So hopefully by next week or the week and a half, you should be seeing that on my channel. I got the morning mug every Tuesday morning here on Huck's Pop Culture Cafe. So stop on by Tuesday morning before you go out and hit your Tuesday Blues Day hunting. We talk about what's coming out that day. So, we can help you see what's new and if there's anything out there to even get in your car and go look for. So that's super fun. And then, just all the other good stuff that usually happens on the channel. And Mike, I'll let you figure out the next plug I want to do since,
Yes, the Collectors Club.
There it is.
Remind everybody, Huck, when is the next Collectors Club meeting?
So the next Collectors Club that Mike and I'll be part of, along with Tim Talks Talkies, is Sunday, May 21st. So we've been dropping them on Sundays. We're going to keep it on Sunday. So that way it's before the big, Memorial weekend, because everyone might be out and about. So we pulled it back a week. So right there on the 21st. So put it on your calendar.
And here is a little taste of that.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes. The Collectors Club. That's going to be an awesome show. And then, of course, from my channel, you guys know all the regular stuff. I'm dropping videos every day for you all. So you want to stay tuned, stay subscribed, turn that notification bell on. And yeah, I am going to be doing a more in-depth review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 when I see it. So if you want to unlock that video, definitely check out those memberships on the channel if you're interested in that. But we will be back for the post-game stream next week. I think it's going to be Thursday night if everybody's still available for that time. But yeah, we're going to have a fun post-game show. That'll definitely be spoiler-filled. So go ahead. You got like a whole week to see this movie. So go see the movie.
Yes.
That way you can join us for the post-game show and we can talk all of it.
Because we're going to get into it.
Oh,
Did we decide on Friday?
Great time. What was that?
Do we know when it is? Did we decide?
Post game, I think Thursday, right? Thursday night, if people are available.
Yeah.
If not,
Thursday night. Okay.
We'll coordinate in the Instas.
We'll let y'all know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll let y'all know. We'll let y'all know. But thank you, panel, for being a part of this tonight. It was great to hear everybody's thoughts on Guardians and excitement levels here. So hopefully it turns out really good for everybody. And thank you, audience, for being a part of this, leaving all the comments and questions and making it very interactive as always. That is always a whole lot of fun. So everybody, have a great night out there. And make sure you get your tickets for Guardians 3 and have a great showing out there. So have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.